What's going on, people, and welcome to Mad About Football. My name is Bass, and joining me, as always, is Kamal. What's happening? What's going on, bro?
I hate this international break, man. I just want football to come back.
I want football to come back too. What's happening?
I don't need football. There's football, bro.
Yeah, this is a late review of can't remember what match week 7 is it?
Match week 7. Match week 7.
Yes. Hopefully, we're gonna try and pump this out earlier, like maybe a day or two after the last game.
Yes.
But I'm feeling a bit sick. I think I'm getting hay fever.
Yes.
Some really good games happening. Everton versus Manchester United was a good one.
It was a good one. Our match day of the week did not disappoint that week.
Not at all.
The Liverpool City game was an absolute banger.
Look, first half for me was just.
It was kind of a bit slow, but I think the second half was just.
Oh yeah,
the last 45 minutes was amazing.
Like, second half, that game lived up to the standard.
Exactly. It was a Man City Liverpool game of recent times that we expected.
Yeah.
There were some other good games. Chelsea, Southampton. Brentford, Watford.
West Ham was it?
Brentford and West Ham. Crystal Palace came back 2-0 down from 2-0 down. Right? 2-0 down. Leicester struggling, man. Leicester looking.
I said it last week. I think that's it. It's too late for them. I think they're out of it. They will not make top 5 or top 6 this season.
Right. Maybe winning a title and shit was.
That's the height of their.
So we'll start off with the United Everton game. So obviously, because we had played Villarreal 2-3 days, not even 2 days prior. It was at Old Trafford, but still, right. We put out a decent lineup. Obviously, Harry Maguire still out. McFred started, and you could tell why we were shit there. Cavani, Martial making his first start as well, banging a goal.
Yeah,
he scored a very good goal, right? Cavani showing it, whatnot, and everyone was criticizing that Ronaldo was on the bench, but Ronaldo literally played 90 minutes 3 days later. But at the same time, he's a professional. He's a professional.
Honestly, if I was Ole, which I'm not, I would have put more priority on beating Everton,
yes,
than putting out a full squad against Villarreal.
But we should have beaten Everton. We had too many chances. We should have finished them.
Everton had chances too. Everton towards the end. You were lucky that you got a draw. You escaped.
Yeah, and that fucking dog Townsend doing the sue.
I loved it. He didn't do it properly, though.
He didn't even do it properly. What are you doing?
At the end of the game, you see him trying to hound down Ronaldo for his shirt.
Yeah, right. And he was saying it was out of respect, that Ronaldo, Ronaldo's final. But still, these are the games that, if we want to win the league, we want to impress. These are the games we should be winning. And unfortunately, we didn't. And, it just, in my opinion, just puts more pressure on Ole, because now we have the very big games coming up, Everton, Leicester, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, and it could be a big drop from us from where we are currently. So, I think it just mounts more pressure. So, yeah.
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. I was going to say also, Everton could have won this game 2-1 towards the end if Tom Davies didn't pass to an offside player.
Yes,
and he's taken the shot
to Yarimina, and then Yarimina started dancing or whatnot.
Idiot. Dude, the guy was a mile offside.
Yeah. But, hey, it is what it is, and all good for us. what's it called? Chelsea absolutely pumping Southampton. James Ward-Prowse with a penalty, but they're getting a red card. This Chalobah, he's an exciting young talent, man. I like him a lot.
He's not too young, is he? I've seen him before. Like he's
22. He's 22.
Yeah.
This is like his breakout, starting to be his breakout season.
It is his breakout. He's had a few games here and there. But if he continues to get the game time that he's getting at the moment, it will be his breakout season. Looks like a very good player.
And what's called again? And Tuchel had made 5 changes to the starting lineup. You get what I mean? Callum Hudson-Odoi came in. Ruben Loftus-Cheek came in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Timo Werner scored from open play. Banger in the Prem.
I wanted to say I had a feeling that Timo Werner was going to score. That's why I captained him for my FPL team.
Oh, smart. Very smart.
And he could have scored another one, but it was disallowed. Apparently,
that was the original one. Original one was offside, and then he scored towards the end.
No, the original one was a foul.
Yeah, I know, but the original one got ruled off, and then the one he actually scored was towards the end of the game.
Yeah, I know that. I just wanted to say that he could have had 2 goals. Oh, okay. Because it was a little, I can't even call it a foul. Honestly, it was a small little challenge that I forgot who made it. I think it was Azpilicueta. He made the challenge before the ball was given.
Yes. It was the foul. Yes, I know which one you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, and it was a foul. Man, he's been like the most unluckiest striker or unluckiest forward in the Premier League so far, with 16 of his goals being disallowed.
But they were all offside. They were all legitimate reasons.
13 of them last season were offside.
Called again the battle of relegation. Burnley Norwich finished 0-0. Right,
very anticlimactic, to be honest.
Very anticlimactic. What else? Wolves beat Newcastle. Newcastle being bought 300 million by Saudi Arabia princes. So, expect something big coming from Newcastle in the next couple of years. Minimum next 3 years, they'll be looking. But, they'll start bringing in people. They'll start bringing in, hopefully, a big manager. He'll start bringing in people. If Conte goes to Newcastle, I'll be so angry.
Everyone now is starting to say, or they're just starting to put out the memes of what their squad's going to look like. They're going to buy Mbappe. They're going to have...
But continue. See, they had this rumor last year, right?
They did.
And then there was big rumors that Coutinho was going to go.
Yeah.
Was going to go.
Yeah.
Right? And then the deal fell through.
Yes.
Right? But now the deal's completed, and you can expect to see what happened with City straight to Newcastle, right? Because obviously you have the money and you have the financial backing. This manager, this new owner is literally richer than all the clubs combined.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. Let's use PSG as the example. We'll use both PSG and Man City as the example.
Okay.
How many years did it take for Manchester City to get a world-class manager?
What, five? What, since they got rich or
after they got rich? How many years did it take for them to get a world-class manager?
6-7 years.
Who was
because
that?
you went through Mancini.
Yeah.
You went through what's his other name?
Pellegrini,
and then you got Pep. You got Pep.
Yeah.
You got Pep, right?
Before Mancini, they had Mark Hughes.
Yeah, right. Which, mate, right. But you also got to put respect on Pellegrini because he's the one that won them the first. No, was it? No, it wasn't Pellegrini.
It was
Mancini. Mancini. He was actually a very decent manager. I didn't mind him.
His language barrier was a bit limited, but he had an eye for talent. For me, that core of players that he brought in were the ones who won all the championships for Manchester City. Yaya Toure, Aguero, David Silva. Vincent Company. All his
Vincent
players
Kompany.
came from Mancini.
Yes.
I know he bought some flops as well, like Eden Dzeko and
Well,
Balotelli.
Dzeko done well for them too. He done well in the one season, and then the next one he flopped.
Yeah, and there's another one.
At the same time, no managers, every player they buy is not going to be perfect.
Exactly.
So obviously you can expect some flops.
Like even Alex Ferguson in his time has bought some flops.
Even
Klopp's bought some flops too. Yeah. I was going to say also Stefan Jovetic was a bit of a flop for them too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've got a question for you.
Yeah,
go on.
I was going to say, if Newcastle get a decent manager, he doesn't even have to be a world-class manager, just a manager who's going to be good at rebuilding a squad, who's got an eye for young talent, and that could build a good core of players that in the next 4 or 5 years, they could challenge for the title. If they can follow Man City's blueprint, then they'll be very dangerous. I mean, they're already dangerous as it is because they're more richer than the next 15 European teams combined, like top 15 European teams combined. Pretty much they can buy out the whole Premier League if they want to with their money. They're coming in with like $300 billion. So
my question to you is, this deal with Newcastle, I've seen it being split down the middle. Does it destroy football or does it make it better?
Bro, football's already been destroyed.
But does it destroy the Premier League in, like, they'll just sell a club to anyone, or does it make it better? Because in my sense, I feel as we should welcome it as another team that eventually will start breaking into the top 6 and it'll be more competitive. Like, you know, Newcastle's one of that teams that have always been in the Prem and that have, on their day, are very, very dangerous. You get what I mean?
Before, when I was growing up, around the early 2000s to the mid-90s, Newcastle was a team that's always up there. They were always in the Champions League. They were always in contention for the title and in contention to win.
Well, they won it once with Alan Shearer.
No. Alan Shearer won it once in '94 with Blackburn. Then he got transferred. At that time, Manchester United wanted Alan Shearer. And then Newcastle put a bid in for it for £15 million back then. And Alan Shearer ended up going to Newcastle because that's his boyhood club.
Well, he's their best ever player to come from Newcastle.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Actually, no, Santiago Muñoz. If you know, you know.
Technically, he came from Mexico, didn't he?
Yeah, but then he went to Newcastle and then he went to Real Madrid.
He ripped it up. He played with that other guy, Gavin something. I can't remember his name.
Gavin, fuck it up. But yeah, but no, honestly, in my opinion, I feel like this is good for Newcastle fans and just for another team to just be up there. Because at the end of the day, I'm sick of seeing City, United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal, just all in that order, in a sense, right? Where, you know, it was good seeing Leicester come in. Now West Ham are coming back. Yeah. Everton are coming back. And now you can chuck, you know, Newcastle. So where that whole 1st to 10th, you never know. You literally will not know.
That's true.
In a sense, just makes the league so much more funner, so much more better to watch. You get what I mean?
But imagine every season, Newcastle just going out and buying the best players.
But that's what City do half the seasons anyway. That's what PSG do. Look who PSG do. PSG bought Donnarumma, Leo Messi, Sergio Ramos, Hakimi.
Imagine that. Imagine that on steroids. It's gonna be like that on steroids, bro. Yeah,
that's what City was doing when they first got rich. They bought all these players, but at the same time, they weren't as big. Yeah, but they weren't as big as they were now. Obviously,
like back then, who the hell was hearing about Aguero? The guy was playing.
But at the same time, who the hell was thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to a club with no history as Man City, where you can be like, I want to go to the club that used to, when I was a boyhood, like how you said, was dominated, was up there in leagues and whatnot. Yeah. I want to go back and I want to bring that back to Newcastle. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like they're going to a club that has no history at all. It's this club, used to be in Champions League, used to be fighting for Premier Leagues the whole time.
The only difference between Newcastle and Manchester City is that Newcastle actually has fans.
Yes,
and they actually come to the games. They actually get to the games.
It's not an empty head. Yeah,
no, it's not an empty head at all.
Right,
that's the difference.
Yes, this and another good game. We'll move on. The Wolves game against Newcastle. That guy, what's his name again?
Hwang
Hee-chan.
Yeah, killed it.
He's decent, bro. I don't mind him. He's good.
I'm thinking of buying him for my FPL team, to be honest.
Yeah. Leeds United, Watford, 1-0 Leeds.
That's their first win, I think. Their first win of the season.
Watford have sacked their coach.
Surprise, surprise.
And appointed Claudio Ranieri. Dilly-ding, dilly-dong, dilly-ding, dilly-dong. I hope they pump Leicester when they
do you think Watford now next season will win the Premier League?
Maybe. You never know.
But it's weird because Watford's been playing well. I mean, they
were very unlucky.
For a team that's battling relegation anyway, they're sitting in 15th at the moment, and they've won 2 games.
Yeah,
pretty good so far. So good. I don't understand the logic behind sacking their manager. They've sacked like 13 managers in the last year now.
Now, let's talk about the one that I expected. That I told you that just because they've been in a few big name teams and whatnot, these are the teams that really they need to beat to impress. Arsenal, Brighton finished 0-0. And they could have lost multiple times.
They could have. Who's that player? Cucurella, or whatever his name is. Dude, he bossed Tomiyasu on that left-hand side.
Yes, Cucurella. Yes. Right? This was a very good game. And this is one of those games where we kept saying that, all right, cool, it's all fun and dandy playing the bigger teams, impressing or whatnot.
Yeah.
But coming to these lower teams, eventually Brighton will drop off, unfortunately.
This season, especially at this stage of the season, Brighton's been playing very, very good football.
Very, very well, right?
And to get a draw at the Amex, I reckon is a good result for Arsenal. It is
a very good result for Arsenal, which is crazy to say. But at the same time, this Arsenal squad should be beating this Brighton squad, right? Look at the talent compared to both teams, I understand that they're playing good, but at the end of the day, Arsenal are this team that back in the day, 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
So 5-6 years ago, should be a win.
5-6 years ago would have been just pumping this team. But at the same time, they should be at least competing where I felt that Brighton were just bossing them. Brighton were playing how Arsenal would have played 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Right. And it's all fine and dandy beating all the other teams. But again, you come to a team like this where they're actually performing, putting up results, where teams like actually could be like, oh, we could lose this game.
Yeah.
And you almost do. And leaving Brighton with a point, I think Arsenal should feel like it was a loss in a sense. They got very lucky where, this Brighton team should have beaten us, but they didn't, unfortunately. If they had a proper, attacker, striker, they might have scored a few. So,
again, considering if you remember the game, like the conditions weren't the best. It was,
but at the same time, what are you going to blame the rain?
I'm not going to blame the rain. Arsenal did also have a couple of chances towards the end. They could have also snatched it towards the end as well.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they should be look at the talent they have. Right?
Yeah, but I am looking at the talent they have. They've got a bunch of youngsters led by Aubameyang.
Yes.
And it's
I like this.
And it's not Aubameyang of 3 years back. It's a 32-year-old dried up Aubameyang who's
should have gone to Barca when he had the chance.
who's happy just taking a paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm seeing.
I like this Thomas Partey Lokonga midfield.
I like it too.
I think it's
I think it's
like
better
it.
than Xhaka.
I think 4-2-3-1 is a good formation, but Arsenal don't have the depth for it in a sense.
They don't.
I don't think they have the depth to be playing it, where I think Arteta's trying to copy a earlier Pep kind of sense, where Pep would have played this in his early days at Man City when he had that depth where you could swap an Odegaard for a Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Yaya Toure. On the wings, you could have put Aguero, you could put him up front, you could put Edin Dzeko up front, where he had the depth where literally City's B team, their bench could have literally just replaced anyone.
Yeah.
Where Arsenal, I don't see, yes, all right, cool. The only people I'd bring on from their bench is literally Lacazette, Nicolas Pepe, and Martinelli. That's
honestly,
it.
Pepe for me it doesn't even look like a winger.
He doesn't, but he had half a good season last year.
Yeah, towards the
where
end
he had a few good run of games and then he dropped again. Right?
Like, you look at players like, for example, I'm going to use Mane, for example. Mane is a ball carrier, yeah? Like, he'll pass the ball and demand it back. And he'll carry the ball through the wing and then either take a shot or cross it off. Pepe can't even do that. Pepe is very, very indecisive. He doesn't know what he's doing on the ball. And he tries to take on his man, but gets the ball taken off him several times.
Yes, he gets stripped too easily.
I think if you play him more up front, where he's a finisher,
yeah,
I think that's where his best position will be.
Yes, but again, this is a game, which really mattered to Arsenal, but unfortunately they didn't perform. And what can you say in improvement wise? What are you going to say they've improved on? Where
their goalkeeper,
yeah, that's it. Cool.
Ramsey had a good save. He had
another good game.
Another clean sheet.
You reckon that confirms is the new number one?
Yeah, 100%. Dude, he's played now the last 5 games in a row. He's the number one.
We'll move on to the next North London team in Tottenham. Tottenham beating Aston Villa. Yeah, good. Fuck you, Martinez. Conceded to your dog. Your dog. Right.
Man. Aston Villa had a shocker of a game.
They did.
Tottenham, from the time they played Arsenal, it looked like they've come back like they wanted to win this one. You can tell that they good needed that to
Nino
win
demanded a response, which was good.
Yeah.
Ollie Watkins scoring, good on him. Ollie Watkins.
Harry Kane played well.
He did, but you can tell he doesn't want to. You can tell,
but he actually tried. Like you can see that he actually made an effort. I know he didn't score or whatnot, but you can tell that he was making the plays. He was coming in deep, getting the ball. He was trying. I think maybe slowly he's gonna start getting better again.
He will. Brentford upset, beat
Watford.
Beat West Ham. Sorry, 94th minute winner last week. West Ham.
Everyone is sleeping on this team.
Yes, we've said that this Watford, Brentford team is the one that always surprises, and it will be that surprising team this season.
I reckon they're going to take many scalps this season. It's Mbuemo scoring and Wissa coming on the second half and getting a late goal for the winner.
like Antonio did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
the week prior, scoring that winner in extra time.
Yeah, against Crystal Palace.
Yeah, good for Brentford. West Ham put up a fight, but unfortunately they didn't finish their chances, and done.
That's it, done.
Now let's talk about the big one,
the big game. This was it's going to be.
So not we'll talk the one prior to it. Leicester Crystal Palace.
I don't know what happened there, dude.
Leicester up 2 goals in 60 minutes, coming up 2-0, coming into halftime. By the 72nd minute, they were 2-2, and they could have lost the game as well. But, what's going on with Leicester? Like, what do you think? Do you think it's just tiredness that the game it's finally catching up to them, fatigue?
I have no idea. I can't really pinpoint it. I think they need a new manager. I think Rodgers has had his time.
Mm-hmm.
If he can't turn things around by November, I reckon it's bye-bye.
Oh, okay.
Because he's had the backing, he's had the money to bring in whoever. I mean, look at last season. They spent 40 million on Fofana. Mm-hmm. They've spent more money this season bringing in Patson Daka. Who else are they bringing in? They brought in a few good young talented players. If I could find them, like Somare as well, Boubacar Somare, Patson Daka. It's not like he hasn't been backed. He spent a lot of money, and he should be doing better. But unfortunately, he's not. I don't know what it is. I mean, it seemed like from their statistics, Rodgers played defensive. Palace had all the possession. Palace had the more shots, even though they didn't get many on target. But they had double the shots, double the touches, double the passes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is it's just.
And with a squad and with the talent that is at Leicester, they shouldn't be giving possession to Crystal Palace. A Palace team that last season was playing a 4-4-2 defensive formation.
Yes.
And we're averaging 30% possession for the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way I see it.
I don't know what's going on with Leicester. And I think they need to fix something ASAP, or else it's only going to get worse for them.
And look, finishing 5th twice in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You'd expect Leicester to go again and try and get one better.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be like, this year, third time's the best.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But hey, we'll see. Now, the big one, match day of the week, which was an absolute banger.
It was a scorcher.
Absolute, bro. Mohamed Salah, bro. Like, I'm a United supporter through and through, right? But I will give praise where praise is due always. Mohamed Salah, I swear, because if he was English and he had scored, so if Grealish, Foden, Greenwood, any English player had scored, if Harry Kane had scored the goal Mo Salah scored.
Right, if Ronaldo scored that goal. If Ronaldo scored that goal.
Anyone, right? but because obviously it's Mo Salah, he's not English or whatnot. They're not talking it as much. But bro, this guy, in my opinion, he's up there with Lewandowski as one of the best strikers at the moment in the world. Those two.
Yeah. Look, and he's not even a striker either. He plays on the right wing.
Yeah, not even that. It's just they just keep providing with numbers that their numbers
it's
are
amazing.
Crazy.
I'm just gobsmacked that some people still don't think that he's a baller.
No, I'm a United supporter through and through, but this guy would easily walk into our team.
Oh, 100%. Look, he'd walk into any team in the Premier League. Man City, any team.
Yes, they need
Chelsea.
Badly.
Chelsea would love to have a Mo Salah, wouldn't they?
Would love it, yeah.
And they let him go.
They'd love him not scoring against you every time they play. Goddamn.
Exactly. To me, Mo Salah is probably top 3 in the world right now.
Yeah,
top 3 in the world. Lewandowski, him, Messi. Even Messi's in bad form.
I wouldn't say Messi.
As Haaland, Mbappe, Lewandowski, and Salah.
I'd go Mo Salah. Lewandowski, and then I'd go
Haaland.
Maybe Haaland.
Benzema.
I'd go in striker-wise, I'd go Benzema. Because Benzema's 32, but he keeps He's very underrated in my opinion for Real Madrid. Very, very underrated. And
in
I
his
feel like
in his position, he's the best in the world.
Yes, and I feel like he's only picked up his game more since Ronaldo has left Real Madrid.
I mean, Benzema.
All those years ago. Benzema. Right, I feel like Benzema's picked up his game a lot more since Ronaldo has left.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy how good he is. It's just crazy to me how good a guy at 32 years old, even we can say that about, about Zlatan, but at the same time, Zlatan, he's just a different breed, that guy. He has that, he exudes that confidence where you're like, wow, like,
yes,
look,
he's cocky, but he backs it up with his performances.
He backs up his words. That's what it is exactly. Is that he backs up his word. But at the same, so I'd go Mo Salah, Lewandowski, and I'd put Mo Salah. So obviously they released the top 20 for the Ballon d'Or. In my opinion, I'd give it to either Lewandowski, Jorginho, or who would the third be? Because unfortunately, I wouldn't put Mo Salah there. In the top 3, I wouldn't.
No, not yet. If this season,
if he had won a trophy last season, maybe. But
look, Mo Salah now has a few chances. If Mo Salah performs very well for Egypt in the African Cup of Nations, if Mo Salah wins a title for Liverpool or goes to the finals in the Champions League,
even then,
I think for 2023. You can see Mo Salah winning the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, but I feel that Lewandowski, Jorginho, and who else would you put there?
Raheem Sterling?
I put N'Golo Conte.
Wasn't Sterling like top goal scorer for the European Cup?
Was he? I don't know, but I felt N'Golo Conte, he had a really good season. He absolutely
I think he deserves it.
He absolutely bossed in Champions League, bro.
I think he does deserve it.
I'd give it to Lewandowski. The year that he got cancelled, he
deserved it because Bayern won the Champions League and he literally
had won everything. He had won everything. Right. And in my opinion, you give it to Louis.
100%. I agree.
But this game, bro, Sadio Mane, he may have some quiet games, but he always comes big.
Man, that was thanks to Mohamed Salah coming deep, getting the ball, skipping past his man, and feeding it through to
Phil
Mane.
Foden scoring an absolute banger.
Dude, Foden is going to have such a bright career. He's still only, 21, 22?
Something like that, yeah.
Dude, the guy's so good. Like he's keeping Raheem Sterling off the team,
which is crazy, bro. Which is so crazy. Bro. Right, and what's it called again? Obviously, we talked about what's his name again? Salah's goal.
What are you doing, man?
Sorry, I had to bend down, pick something up. So obviously, we talked about Salah's goal, which is an absolute banger. Kevin De Bruyne coming up big where it matters. Scoring the equalizer. Now, Edison, big mistake coming out. It's rare from Edison. It'd be rare from what's your keeper's name again? Allison, you get what I mean. Comes out for the ball coming into the box. Completely misses it, leaves the box wide open. Fabinho?
Yeah, it's Fabinho, yeah.
Fabinho getting it, taking the extra touch, and then hitting it where Rodri has come. And I feel like these are like...
Fucking hell.
I feel like these are defenders' dreams to make those kind of saves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's literally come slid in and just blocked it, which was an amazing block. Yes, Fabinho should just hit it first time. But, hey, I guess it is...
Either hit it first time or take an extra 2 touches. Or pass it off. Could have been passed it off. But, it is what it is. You can't, that was the game. I think the game was fair to end in a draw.
It was. But, hey, It was a very exciting, good game to watch.
End to end.
If you're watching as a neutral perspective, I thought you would have enjoyed this game a lot.
Yeah, 100%. This was the game that reminds you of like the El Clasico,
Yeah.
Like this is the new Man United versus Arsenal from back in the mid 2000s.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? This is the new version of it, and what an exciting game it was. And yeah, I mean, I think it was a fair result 2-2. I think we were lucky as well with Milner not being sent off as well in the second half with that challenge on.
I thought.
Bernardo Silva.
Yes, I agree. I agree on that one.
So there was that as well. That could have changed the game. But yeah, I have to say, first half we didn't start very well at all. We looked like our strikers, our forwards looked like they were too far ahead. They're just sitting around too much in the second, like too much in the opposition's half. Where you notice in the second half, Mo Salah sat deeper and was getting the ball deeper from where he usually gets it from. And you can hear in the first half, Klopp screaming out to his players, "Be brave, be brave." And that's what happened. Second half, we came out and we became more brave, in my opinion. And we showed Man City that we can play ball too, which was fantastic. And there was many opportunities where we could have scored as well. And obviously, Man City had the opportunities too in the first half, where Foden had a couple of chances where he could have scored. But yeah, I think 2-2, the result for that game was absolutely fair.
I agree.
Fair result. Couldn't really pick a winner anyway. Anyways, let's go on. We'll move on. I will take you to our prediction screen where we've done our predictions, and we'll count up the points that we got for this week. Can you see that?
Yes.
All right. So the first game that we predicted was the Manchester United versus Everton game. We both went for a United win. United drew.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So no points for us. Moving on, Wolves versus Newcastle. Wolves got the winner against Newcastle, and it ended 2-1 at the Molineux. You went for a 2-2. I went for a 1-1. We both thought this would be a draw.
Yes.
Again, no points for us. Surprisingly, you went for a Southampton win against Chelsea, and you know what? You were almost right. If James Ward-Prowse didn't get that red card, I think you would have got that scoreline correct. However, it wasn't to be, and Chelsea ended up winning 3-1, where I get half a point for getting the win.
Damn.
Okay, half a point for me. On to the next one, which was Burnley versus Norwich. We both went for a 3-0 Burnley win. Okay. And the game ended 0-0. Should have known better. It was going to be a dreaded game.
Oh, it was a terrible game.
I think it was a good point for Norwich, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, both teams struggling at the moment. Both teams are in the relegation zone. So we'll see what happens to them in the future.
It's still early.
Still early. We're not even game week 7. Game week 8 next week. Yeah. On to the next one. It was Leeds United versus Watford. I went for the Leeds win, and I got the Leeds win. Didn't get the scoreline right, but
you didn't get the scoreline, but you
went for the Watford win.
Yeah.
Shame on you. You get no points.
I like Watford. I like Watford a lot.
I like Watford too. Watford's been playing well, which doesn't make sense. Why they sack their manager? They bring in Claudio Ranieri, look, he's okay. He's okay, I guess.
He's all right. Yeah, he's all right.
Okay, on to the next one. I should have known better. I should have went for the draw.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew it would be a draw, but I just went for the Arsenal win. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, because we expected them to.
But it's Arsenal. You'd expect to win the first couple of games, and then they won't win the next one.
Yeah.
Anyways, no points for us. So we move on. Tottenham versus Aston Villa. We both went for a Tottenham win, and we got it.
Yes.
Half a point for me, and also half a point for you. Half a point for me, half a point for you. On to the next one. Brentford versus West Ham. I got the win. Oh my god. How did I predict that? It's just a shame that I couldn't predict the scoreline. So I get half a point for the Brentford.
I was
win.
so confused. I was like, what? What do you mean you got the win?
Brentford.
Yeah, no,
I predicted 1-0.
I thought you meant you got the scoreline.
No, I couldn't predict. It's just unfortunate I couldn't get the scoreline.
Yeah, no.
Moving on to the Crystal Palace versus Leicester City game. The game ended 2-2. We didn't get any of the results for that. So we get no points for that. And then the last game, our match day of the week, Liverpool versus Manchester City.
You got the draw again.
I got the draw again. I didn't do too bad, man. I'm back in the lead, baby.
Yeah, but thank God they were only 0.5.
Yeah. Let's count them up. I got that's 2.5 for me.
2.5. Yeah. So you got.
So I'm on now 13.5.
I'm on 11.4.
13.5. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, make it smaller, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta make it smaller. Let's do one. That's it. That's better. And for you, it's 11.5. I'm gonna make it smaller for you as well. All right. That's our score so far after game week 7. Game week 8 coming up, man. I can't wait for this international break to finish. Spain just beat Italy in the, I don't know, that fake European Cup.
The Nations League.
Whatever it's called. I call it the fake European Cup. I don't know what it is. It's just more revenue for
Paris came back. Paris came back from against whatever their names are. Paris came back again.
Who?
France came back against Belgium.
Oh yes, they did. Yeah, they won 3-2 in the end.
Yes. So
with Theo Hernandez scoring the winner. Cracking goal as well.
Now, tonight, Belgium, Italy play
the third place. Yeah.
And then it's Spain, Paris.
Spain and France.
Yeah, Spain, France.
Who are you going for? France or Spain?
I reckon Spain.
I reckon France.
Maybe.
All right, people. This is all we have for you right now. Please like, share, subscribe. Do a lot of good stuff for us. It really helps us a lot. And and we'll see you next time with our predictions against game week 8. Hopefully, before game week 8, we'll do a predictions for the whole league coming up in the next maybe 2-3 days.
Yes, we will do that.
But yeah, for now, we'll see you later and goodbye.
Bye.